Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will learn about various tools available in CrewAI. So we'll start off with learning the pre-built already available tools in CrewAI in this video. In the upcoming videos, we'll also learn about custom tools which we can create. So before I start, I just want to reflect on this playlist here. So basically, I'm creating a CrewAI playlist, and I'm covering all the topics in CrewAI one by one. So as of now, I have already created 3 videos in this playlist. The first one was the basics of CrewAI, everything you need to know about starting off. For starting off to use CrewAI, then I created a video on CrewAI flows, which is another very important topic in CrewAI. The third video which I've created was on CrewAI knowledge, which helps us integrating external data sources in our Crew. Now, in this video, we'll be learning about CrewAI tools. So if you want to learn about CrewAI, so please subscribe this channel and like the videos, and you can go through all the videos available in this CrewAI playlist. So now let's come back to the topic. So in this video, we'll learn about CrewAI tools. So we'll be learning around 5 tools in this video. Most of these tools will be around how can we build a RAG application using CrewAI. So the first one is CSV RAG Search. So this CSV search tool is a tool for basically doing a CSV RAG. By that I mean that we can perform semantic searches within a CSV file. Okay. So now this is a very useful file in terms of data analysis on CSV files, and it's very simple to use. You can just import from CrewAI tools, import CSV search tool, and you can provide the path to your CSV file, or you can also leave it empty and provide this path at the runtime for the specific CSV file. Okay. Now, if we want to provide the models which we want to use here, then we can provide the LLM model here for summarization, and then we can also provide the model for the embedding. So now moving on to the next tool. The next tool which we are using is file read tool. This is slightly different from the RAG based tools. So this file read tool is basically useful for reading files from the from the system. It supports various file formats like txt, csv, json. So the basic purpose is that you just provide the path of the file and it returns the content. It just reads the content in the file. Again, it's very simple to use. We can just import this file read tool from CrewAI tools, and then we can either provide the path at the runtime, or we can also provide the path beforehand. Okay. Now the next tool is file write tool. This tool is very useful in terms of writing the content into a file in a particular directory. So here the basic purpose is to uh, we are able to write the content or the response from an agent in a particular file in a directory. And this is what this file writer tool is used for. So we can import the file writer tool from CrewAI tools, and then we can either leave it empty, or we can provide the directory file name, directory name, and the content which you want to put there. Okay. So if we don't provide the directory and the file name, this tool automatically creates a directory and a file to store the response. Now, the next RAG tool which we have is JSON RAG Search. So now, similar to the CSV RAG Search, this JSON search tool is designed for performing semantic searches in JSON files, right? So now we can just import it from CrewAI JSON tools, and we can either give the path of the file directly, or we can also give it at runtime. Okay. And then we can provide the models for summarization and the embedding. Okay. The next tool which we have is PDF RAG search. So similarly, PDF search tool is used for building a RAG application on PDFs, right? So it helps in basically doing a semantic search in PDF files. So now From CrewAI tools, we can import PDF search tool, and then we can either provide the file path beforehand or at the runtime in a similar way, and then we can always use this configuration basically to provide the LLM for the summarization and for embeddings. Mm, and then we have TXT RAG search. This also works in a similar fashion, but this is meant for the TXT text files. Okay. Now we have something different, which is the website RAG search. So this website search tool is designed for performing a RAG, on the content from a website. So we can provide the URL for a website, and then it basically retrieves information from that particular website. Okay. This is slightly different from the other um, RAG patterns which we have seen, and we can again provide the model for summarization and the embedding here explicitly. Okay, so now we will be covering these 7 different tools which are pre-built available in CrewAI. And if you want to use this code straight away, you can go to this my GitHub page here, and this is the project directory. So you can just straight away just download this, use it, modify it as per your need. Okay. Now quickly we will see the folder structure and the project. So just let me close all of these. Okay, so first things first, we'll start off with we'll start off from scratch. So here I already have a flow created using the command CrewAI create flow, and the flow name is rag flow here. And then inside this rag flow, this is the folder structure. Okay, so we have a SRC folder, which contains all the configurations and the crews, and then also the main.py file, which is the main flow file. So if you just go inside this, so here we have 5 crews here. Okay, so first is the CSV RAG crew, second is JSON RAG crew, third is PDF RAG crew, fourth is text RAG crew, and fifth is website RAG crew. Okay, so all these crews will be triggered based on the file type, which you will see in the code. Okay, so based on the file type, specific crews will get triggered. For example, the file type is CSV. This particular crew will get triggered. And then if we go inside these individual crews, so first of all, let's see this config directory. Inside the config directory, we have 2 YAML files, agents.yaml file. So the agent.yaml file has 3 agents. First, the file read agent, second is the CSV agent, third is the file write agent. So file read agent does nothing but just returns the content of the file so that we can have a look at it. The second one is CSV agent. This basically retrieves and analyzes data from CSV file based on the question from the user. And then we have a file write agent, which basically writes the response from the CSV agent in a file inside a particular directory. Okay. Now we have the crew file, which is CSV RAG crew.py file. So here we are creating the tools first of all. So we are importing the tools from CrewAI tools, and then we are providing the path here for the file read tool. Next one is the CSV tool for the CSV search, and then we have a file writer tool which will write the results for us in a particular file. Okay, so then we basically call all the agents here. First one is the file read agent. It uses the file read tool. Then we call the CSV agent. It is using the CSV tool, and then we call the file write agent. It uses the file writer tool, and then we uh, create basically call the tasks here, right? So if we look at the task.yaml file, then we have again 3 tasks here. So each agent will take care of each of these tasks. The first one is read file task, second is CSV RAG task, third one is write file task. So read file task is just basically read the file content, and CSV RAG task is going to answer the questions from the CSV file based on the questions which the user provides. And then once we have the response, so if you see, CSV agent is being used here in this particular CSV RAG task. Okay, so once we have the response ready, then the this write file task will basically write the response in a file. Okay, and then we basically call all the tasks here, and then we finally create the crew with all these agents and tasks, and the process is sequential over here. So this is the entire structure of one particular crew, where we have the configurations and the actual crew.py file. So now looking at, let's say, for example, let's look at another crew, which is the PDF RAG crew. So in a similar way, we have a configuration directory and we have the crew.py file. In the configuration directory, we have again agents.yaml, which provides the two different agents here, and the task.yaml is provide two different tasks here. So we kind of orchestrate everything, combine everything in this particular CrewAI file, where we are using the PDF tool and the FileWriter tool to basically perform a RAG and write the responses in a particular file. So now we are following a similar structure in all these different crews. So in the interest of time, I'm not going to cover each and entire crew here. If you want to basically learn and have a look at it, you can go into this GitHub directory inside the RAG flow directory to kind of read the code end to end, use the code, modify the code as per your specific needs. Okay. We'll move on to the actual main.py file, which kind of orchestrates all these different crews together. And based on the file format and also, um, so based on the file format, it basically decides the path of this flow, as in which crew is going to be triggered. So yeah, the file type is also a parameter here, which we are passing as an input. Okay. So here we have the states defined. So we have a question, we have a file type and answer, these three states. And then we start off by, first of all, we start off with the starter function basically. So we give at the rate start decorator to say that this function, get query function, is the starting function. Okay. So now we have, we are setting the question here, we are setting the file type. This can be taken from the user as an input at the runtime, but here for the demo purpose, I've just hard coded it here. So we can change the questions here. Then once we provide the question in the file type, then we have a router decorator, which basically makes this particular function, um, you know, which enables this function to use, um, the return values here in the next function. Okay. So if we are listening to this particular function, we will be able to use the return values because this is a router function. Okay. So now, so here's the logic for RAG based on the file type. So if the file type is CSV, it returns CSV. The file type is PDF, it returns PDF. Okay. So now we'll listen to these return values. So we say that if the return value is CSV, then we will call the CSV RAG crew. Okay. We are calling the CSV RAG crew. We are passing question as the input. Similarly, if the return type is PDF, we'll be calling this PDF RAG crew. Okay. Okay. Similarly, if the return type is JSON, we'll be calling this JSON RAG crew. Similarly, for TXT return value and for website return value. Okay. And then we will just kick off, or we can also go for a plot to kind of plot this flow. Okay. So now we are good to start. So the first question which we have is from a CSV file. Okay. Um, this so this particular CSV file contains the information about various employees here. Okay. So now let's go back to the main.py file and let's kick off this crew quickly. Okay. So here the file type is CSV and the question is what is the average salary of employees in the HR department? Okay. So now we'll start off with this. So this might take a few seconds. Okay. So till this part is running, let's quickly see another important thing, which is the flow diagram basically. So we can give a CrewAI flow plot, that command basically to generate this to generate this HTML file, for the flow. So if we just open it, so if we see here, it takes the first it takes the input in the first method, which is the get query starter method basically, which we saw in the code main.py file. And then we have a router logic here, the router function basically. So it says RAG based on file type. So depending on the file type, if it's a PDF file, it goes to the PDF information method. If it's a and this PDF information method basically calls the PDF RAG crew. If it's a JSON file, it goes to the JSON RAG crew. If it's a website, then it goes to the website RAG crew. If it's a CSV, then it goes to the CSV RAG crew. Similarly, if it's a TXT file, then it goes to the TXT RAG crew. So all these methods are basically crew methods. A crew method is a method inside which a crew is being called. Okay, and then this particular thing is a router method. A router method is a method which decides the path of the flow based on the return values. And this particular one is the starter method. So the one in the red is always the starter method. Okay, and all these dotted lines you see are router triggers. Based on the route, basically the trigger happens. Based on the route, the crew is triggered. Okay, so now let's go back here. So here, if we see the crew is doing its work. So first of all, we have the file content analyzer agent, which basically reads the file content. So if we see, it reads the file content. All the rows here in our sample CSV data row CSV file. And now the CSV data analyst agent has started doing um, its role. So here it fetches down first of all the relevant content. So now it says the thought says the relevant content from CSV file shows that there are two employees in the HR department. If you see two employees in the HR department with salaries of $68,000 and $70,000. To average to find the average of salary of the employees in the HR department, I think it got lost. Yeah, here it is. I need to add these two values together and divide by 2. Perfect. So it is able to basically create that logic or create that reasoning. So if we also see a chain of thought, coming into picture at this point. So it is able to create that logic. It is able to create that thought, and now we'll see what is the final output it comes out with. Okay. So let's wait for a few more seconds. Okay, so it says the average salary of the employees in the HR department is $70,000 plus $68,000 divided by 2, that is $69,000. Perfect. And now the file writer agent has come into action. So now this is going to write the response in a particular directory. So if we see here this directory, okay, so this gives the average salary and the details of these two employees based on which the salary has been calculated. Perfect. So now, based on the file type, which is CSV here, it goes to the CSV RAG crew. All the three agents come into action, and then we have a correct answer over here, right? So now we will test, one more question here, which is going to be a question from a PDF file. So I'll just change the file type to PDF. And the question here is, what challenges did England face in their Champions Trophy, cricket match against South Africa on March 1, 2025? So recently there was a cricket match in Champions Trophy, which is England versus South Africa. So the question is, what challenges did England face? And now I have a PDF file here. This is the latest cricket news .pdf file. Okay, so I don't have the correct editor for that, so this is not coming in correct format. um, but anyways, this PDF contains the latest information about that particular match. Okay, so now once we save this, then let's quickly get started with CrewAI flow kickoff. Now let's again wait for a few seconds and we'll try to track the flow of the agents here. So now first of all, say running the flow. Now there are some warnings which we can ignore. So now the embeddings are getting created. Okay. We might need to wait for a few seconds. Okay. So now the first PDF data analyst agent has come into action. So the question was, what challenges England face? And this file type is PDF. Okay. So the task is to analyze the PDF file and extract the information. So now it says the query is England challenges in Champions Trophy match against South Africa on March 1, 2025. Okay. So now it fetches the relevant information from there. Latest cricket news, March 1, 2025, England faces tough challenge against South Africa. England struggled after opting to bat first, losing wickets continually. and finding themselves at 116 for 6 by the 22nd over. Okay, and so on. It goes on to list on various challenges, and then it kind of creates the bullets here, right? The bullets out of this relevant information. And now it is going to the file writer agent, where it will write this response to the to a particular file in a particular directory. Okay, so the final answer is uh, England faced several challenges in their Champions Trophy match against South Africa on March 1, 2025, including struggling with batting, exposing weakness in their batting, and then Jos Butler, the captain of England, has put the resignation, and then Mark Wood also suffered a knee injury during the England's defeat by Afghanistan in the Champions Trophy, which may require surgery. Okay, cool. So now we have this answer ready in this response.txt file. Okay, so this is the final answer. So this was kind of written by the second agent, which is the file writer agent. Okay, so now we have seen that how based on file type, it basically this system basically triggers a particular crew, and these crews are kind of enabled with various tools, uh, you know, pre-built CrewAI tools for performing the specific kind of RAG. And these tools are also enabled with other tools like file read tool or file write tool, which kind of enables for file reading and then writing the response back to a particular directory. Okay, so now we have already seen the flow here. So this is all for this video. If you liked the video, subscribe the channel, share this video with your friends so that maximum people can benefit from this particular video. So thank you for watching this video. I'll be putting more videos in this playlist, on all the topics about CrewAI. So keep watching the videos, and you can watch all the videos from this playlist to get an entire end-to-end understanding of CrewAI. So this is all for this video. Thank you. I'll be back soon with the next video on the custom tools in CrewAI. Thank you.